Hi,
Hello,
this is Kim,
this is Andy,
and normally you're on this side and I'm on that side.
and that background is different.
And this we're different because we're at the home of Forrest and Kat in Chicago. My son and his lovely fiance. So we're doing things a little different,
A little different.
but it's okay.
Plus, it's Easter weekend.
It's Easter weekend. Tomorrow is Easter. Today is Saturday. So
Mhm.
okay, so we're gonna read to you from the Urantia book, but first we have 365 Days Walking the Red Road by Terry Jean. And this is a Native American proverb. This is good. Listen, or your tongue will keep you deaf.
Mm.
Your own tongue makes you deaf, Andrew.
It's because I would be talking when I should be listening.
Did you know lacrosse is a game with Native American origins? Though the actual name stems from a French priest who in 1705 saw Algonquin Indians playing the sport and thought the webbed sticks resembled a bishop's cross.
Hmm.
The sticks and the game were eventually renamed lacrosse.
Hmm.
Lacrosse, the cross. Okay, so you
French.
thought that looked, yeah, French.
But
The name is French, the game is Native.
It's Native American.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Mhm.
All right, so then we will read from the Tao Te Ching translation by Ralph Allen Dale. And do you have this one, my dear?
Who can enjoy the treasures of life?
Okay, show the picture.
Mm.
That's the Joshua tree, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Why are the people so hungry? Because their grain is devoured by the rich in taxes. That's why the people are starving. Why are the people so rebellious? Because the government deprived them of their liberties and rights. That's why the people are rebellious. Why do the people not fear death? Because their lives are made so miserable, the death seems no worse than life. Thus, no one can enjoy the treasures of life, neither the rich who squander their humanity, nor the government which tyrannizes the people, nor the people who have nothing to gain from life. Bummer.
See, it doesn't come from nothing. People fear the masses. They fear this, like this uprising of the masses, but it doesn't come out of nothing. It
Right?
comes because they're hungry.
Mhm.
They're overtaxed because their grain is devoured by the rich
Mhm.
and because they've got no liberties and rights. So, um, that they fear this thing. Well, there's this mass rule or the what is it? The mob rule is what they call it,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Well, that's not a legit thing because it doesn't just come out of nowhere. That just suggests that people like the mob is by nature crazy. No, it's just people. It's just people who
Mhm.
have needs.
Mhm.
Yeah, interesting. I think that's really interesting. Okay, today is full moon, so it's our time to do an I Ching reading, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I Ching online, the Book of Changes. Okay, so let's go back to because this is uh, a full moon. So this should be a continuation of this cycle. So what we did last month on the new moon was modesty, eclipsing of the light. So we have to here see that we have to be modest here in the face of some kind of a perpetrator or somebody who has, um, you know, not good intent. I don't want to say evil intent, right? But you know what
Mhm.
I mean?
Mhm.
Somebody who has hurtful intent. If we are modest, then we can expose that person by our modesty, by,
Mm-hmm.
in contrast.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're not modest, we're not able to expose that.
Right.
So here, I thought of a couple times that kind of happened here. Well, when we were in church and we talked about that person who swindled money from me, and I talked about
Mhm.
that openly in church.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that they can see me as um, modest because I'm approaching and looking for healing from that. Okay. Also, I'm thinking the approach of another person's father or
Mm-hmm.
sperm donor, whatever. I don't want to get too personal on this, but
Mm-hmm.
but and I we have yet to see that situation to a conclusion. But I think the key of this is saying is to be modest, to expose the unfavorable intention, right? Okay, so we're going to do one today here, the full moon. Okay, so this is the full moon. I'm going to write it down. Full moon of April
Mm-hmm.
16. Okay, so we want to ask a question. Just what is what is I'm looking at these necklaces. Don't look at that. Okay, so um what because full moon is about the fulfillment of potentials. It's about exposing the reality of what is. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we need to know, or what is coming to be revealed at the time of this full moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can say that. So we'll continue that. Okay. Okay, so what is being revealed to us at this time, during this time of full moon? And during the coming cycle, what do we need to let go of? What is valuable about this revelation? Because things will come with it that aren't really the main point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what do we need to hold on to, and what do we need to let go of from this cycle? Okay, you want to go ahead and here, just click that one there 6 times.
Where?
Yep, right on. It says throw coins virtually.
Oh, virtually. Okay,
Yeah.
6 times.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have hexagram 52, and we have one changing line. So I'm going to copy this down here for people so they can see it.
I know, I'm still so like shocked.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Forrest and Kat, do you want us to come and say hi on our podcast? Hey, Catherine. Do you want to come and say hi?
It's okay. I'm okay, thank you.
Okay.
I've been doing some work here.
Okay, she's doing chores. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Let's see. Yeah. So that's our hexagram 52. So the top of it, you know what? It's the same on top as on the bottom. See, it's solid, broken, broken, solid, broken, broken.
Mm-hmm.
So we look at what are the trigrams of these things. I think that's no, that's not what I wanted. All right, so let's look down here. Let's do the reading. Okay, the trigram symbols. The mountain over the mountain. So it's a mountain in the mountain. So this means, right, the mountain. The upper trigram is mountain and mountain. Okay, so this is like the symbol of great challenge, right? right?
Okay.
So they're the same here. So immobile still. So something blocking. There's a path and there's something big in the path.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So let's read the cast hexagram is the mountain. Above this mountain summit, another more majestic rises. So we're coming to the point of one mountain, and then here's another great mountain. Oh my gosh. So the challenges are getting, harder and harder. The superior person is mindful to keep his thoughts in the here and now. So focus on what's right in front of us so we don't get overwhelmed by the challenges that are coming up, that are presenting to himself. So stilling the sensations of the ego, he roams his courtyard without moving a muscle, unencumbered by the fears and desires of his fellows. This is no mistake. Okay, so we have great things in front of us to do, but we have to stay focused on this stillness. One step at a time, we can accomplish these great things. Do you want to read the situation analysis there?
There is a higher vantage point available to you, but it is obscured by the visible peak of personal ambition. To climb to this higher plane, you must shake off the desires and fears of the conscious, visible world around you. To make this journey, you must quiet the ego, empty your mind of past and future, and dwell totally in the moment at hand. Thorough mindfulness of what is before you is the only tranquility. Be here now.
Excellent. Okay. Why don't I put that? I should put that in that just the I Ching here. This is what I use here. I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna put it on our thing. Okay, so this is our I Ching site that we use. Okay, all right. So there are great obstacles. We have to be mindful of the present. That's the only way that you accomplish something great, okay, in the future. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the transformed hexagram. Transformed hexagram is, so this is number 52. Okay, we started with 52. Now we go to 18. So we go to repairing the damage. And again, this is a mountain over, I think, what is that on the bottom? I don't know. Transformed hex. Repairing the damage. Okay, let me see. Hexagram 18. Yeah. Oh, gosh. I'm going to figure it out. Don't worry. Okay. Work on what has been spoiled. So you know what? When we're gonna make mistakes here. The wind blows low on mountain, image of decay. So this is, yeah, I gotta see this. This is, I think, wind on the bottom and mountain on the top. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm gonna find it for sure. Just wait. Yeah. Okay, what do we have here? What is this? Show me this. Dang, that's not what I want either. This is what I want. Yeah, this is what I want. Okay, so and then it's yeah, wind on the bottom. So there's the mountain and the wind is blowing low on the mountain, blowing down the mountain. Okay. So here is the trigram that transformed is number 18. This is called repairing the damage. So the first one was called just mountain, I think, right? The first one is called mountain, right? And this the second one is called repairing the damage. Okay, so we're gonna make mistakes on this journey, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because this is a big journey. Yep. So the first one is called the mountain. It's just the mountain and more mountains. Because this is a great task in front of us. Okay, do you want to read about repairing the damage?
Winds sweep through the mountain valley. The superior person sweeps away corruption and stagnation by stirring up the people and strengthening their spirit.
Okay. Supreme success. So this is an image of success. So when we meet this challenge, when we meet this mountaintop, we will maybe be in a position of some authority to cleanse away some old. So this is not a sign of like partial failure or something like that.
Mhm.
This is when you succeed at something, when you reach the mountaintop, then you're in a position to make things better. So the king inherits the kingdom, but what he has to do, he's got to get rid of whatever was not healthy, whatever caused the system to fail in the beginning.
Mhm.
Right?
Right.
Okay, and build something better in the stead here. Okay, go ahead.
Supreme success. Before crossing to the far shore, consider the move for 3 days. After crossing, devote 3 days of hard labor to damage control.
Okay. Okay, situation analysis. You are blessed with an opportunity to resuscitate that which others have abandoned as beyond repair. Okay, so this is a great opportunity. So once we ascend the mountain, then we have, if others can see that we're high up here, then we have an opportunities are descending on us to make things better, right?
Right.
This ruin wasn't caused by an evil intention, but by indifference to decay. That's how evil sets in. It's not really people getting crazy, evil, right? Just by addressing yourself to the problem, you exhibit a new awareness, a fresh perspective. This is a time of recovery, renewal, and regeneration. Because when you think about repairing the damage, it's like, oh no, what did I do? I did something bad. But we're not saying that. That's not what this is about. This is about renewal and opportunities ascending to the point where you have a chance to make a positive difference in your surroundings, right?
Repair the breach.
To repair the breach, or repair those attitudes that weren't helpful.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we adding our fresh perspective to this.
Mhm.
And hopefully from a position of leadership, because we'll have just come from ascending the mountain.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
Okay, so to me, that's very positive.
Right.
Okay, so we have to pay attention to the small things in front of us.
Mhm.
Keep still, like a mountain is keeping still, be present. Don't get ahead of ourselves, and then you can achieve these great things.
Mhm.
That's very wonderful.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Now we're going to read from our Urantia book. Okay. All right. So here we have something. We are on paper 42, section 8. atomic cohesion. And Andy can start us here.
While gravity is one of the several factors concerned in holding together a tiny atomic and energy system, there is also present in and among these basic physical units a powerful and unknown energy, the secret of their basic constitution and ultimate behavior, a force which remains to be discovered on Urantia. This universal influence permeates all the space embraced within this tiny energy organization.
Right. So that's fascinating. In this paper, they've referred to that a lot. This force that is yet to be discovered, it remains to be discovered. So, yeah, okay.
The interelectronic space of an atom is not empty. Throughout an atom, this interelectronic space is activated by wave-like manifestations, which are perfectly synchronized with electronic velocity and ultimatonic revolutions. This force is not wholly dominated by your recognized laws of positive and negative attraction. Its behavior is therefore sometimes unpredictable. This unnamed influence seems to be a space force reaction of the unqualified absolute.
Okay, so unqualified absolute, like unlimited potential. So, interesting.
The charged protons and the uncharged neutrons of the nucleus of the atom are held together by the reciprocating function of the mesotron, a particle of matter 180 times as heavy as the electron.
Right, what's a mesotron, guys?
Without this
Mesotron.
Without this arrangement, the electronic charge carried in the protons would be disruptive of the atomic nucleus. As atoms are constituted, neither electric nor gravitational forces could hold the nucleus together. The integrity of the nucleus is maintained by the reciprocal cohering function of the mesotron.
Oh, so this has something to do with like the strong force, the strong nuclear force, because that's like a mystery in science. Okay, keep going right there.
Which is able to hold charged and uncharged particles together because of superior force mass power and by the further function of causing protons and neutrons constantly to change places. The mesotron causes the electric charge of the nuclear particles to be incessantly tossed back and forth between protons and neutrons. At one infinitesimal part of a second, a given nuclear particle is charged. Is a charged proton, and the next an uncharged neutron.
Wow.
And these alterations of energy status are so unbelievably rapid that the electric charge is deprived of all opportunity to function as a disruptive influence. Thus does the mesotron function as an energy carrier particle, which mightily contributes to the nuclear stability of the atom.
That's amazing.
Wow.
So that's a secret to like the strong nuclear force. How the nucleus is able to stay together because of a mesotrons. Because they keep the positive charge bouncing around so that we don't have that repellent force of those positive. That's one of the biggest mysteries in science. Is how is the positive nucleus able to stay together so compactly?
Wow. The presence and function of the mesotron also explains another atomic riddle. When atoms perform radioactively, they enter far more energy.
They emit far more energy than would be expected.
The excess of radiation is derived from the breaking up of the mesotron energy carrier, which thereby becomes a mere electron.
Oh.
The mesotronic disintegration is also accompanied by the emission of certain small uncharged particles.
Okay.
The mesotron explains certain cohesive properties of the atomic nucleus, but it does not account for the cohesion of proton to proton, nor for the adhesion of a neutron to neutron. The paradoxical and powerful force of atomic cohesive integrity is a form of energy as yet undiscovered on Urantia.
Okay, so they're telling me that, so this is a form of energy undiscovered on Urantia. So the mesotron helps make it more stable, but it still doesn't explain why those protons stick together. It still isn't explaining that. Okay, so the mesotron helps a little bit, but it's not discovered. The strong nuclear force is not.
These mesotrons are found abundantly in the space rays which so incessantly impinge upon your planet.
Yay, mesotrons.
Mm-hmm. I did not know that.
I didn't know that. Well, I mean, nobody knows that except people who read this.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
There's ultimatons and mesotrons.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Fascinating. Thank you very much for being with us today. That's all we have.
That's enough.
That's a lot.
That's
Okay.
a lot.
All right. And tomorrow's Easter. Okay. Love.
Bye now.
Bye.